for a little bit in the middle of the match, I am having some technical difficulties with my stream keys.
10 seconds to insertion.
What's a good esports game without a few technical errors?
5 seconds left before insertion.
WSU has won their first round up in
Attackers are
the
moving out to
second
locate a
floor.
bomb and defuse it.
It was a very thrilling round, so I imagine the rounds to come are going to be very close as well.
Camera ready to activate.
MSU has banned Monty and Azami for their pick of operators they don't want to see in the map. Monty having the shield, Azami being able to deploy those Kiva barriers.
Deploying Volcans.
WSU, however, has chosen to remove Fenrir and Dokkaebi from play. Rams going out to clear this fireplace area. Looks like that was thrown in from the outside window. This ball that is commonly referred to as Harry Potter, Martin 2K. Looking to get aggressive with this cab that silenced him, potentially leading to a play. Although getting targeted by Deimos, we now see Deimos start to get a live feed location of her position. That position is going to constantly get read out to the attackers. Reload. And Fainted, with an aggressive play onto Martin, is going to claim the first kill fairly early into this round, establishing himself on blue stairs. That Goyo canister, meant to delay time, is going to have to get used very early to stop Fainted from being able to move any further. However, once he does step in, there are two potential players at this area. Honeydew barely missing a chance to claim a player unawares. This outer snowmobile wall has been open, and now so has the Mira window. Lots of lines of sight opening up, but Mira's up top looking through the floorboards, potentially able to get a kill here if he plays it properly, but Deimos is going to spot that player out using that charge. Deimos able to find operators that are scanned and simply select one that is visible, and is going to get a live feed information for a while. Rochill still up top. MSU not opting to devote multiple players to this roam clear.
Target
Instead
acquired.
going to have to wait for the flank to come through. Dropping down, that's going to offer a lot of noise. Fainted with Vendetta out. Going to keep going, but a reload gets Rochill the kill.
10 seconds remaining.
Diffuser starts to go down, but Honey
5 seconds to go.
Dude blocks it.
Attackers bomb defused.
Veteran Panda is looking for these extra kills, but the time is going to align to WSU. Washington State takes the second defensive round. It looks like I was actually successfully able to get the stream going. Sorry for missing the first couple rounds. Now Montana State is going to try their hand at attacking the third site on this map.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
And so they have given
Attackers
the right
have discovered
to
the
choose
location
the
of a bomb.
side to WSU.
Investigate in place.
You don't get to pick your starting side
Grabbing needle.
on the map that you pick.
Wall done! Time to redecorate. I has your back.
Honeydew playing the Aruni is going to be able to punch out those rotates. Generally speaking,
10 seconds to insertion.
For the shotgun wielding players.
5 seconds to go.
We currently see 3 of
Attackers objective is
Miro
to defuse
with
the bomb.
one in the back pocket, along with Maestro wielding that bailiff, and Legion using the super shorty. once again on the Deimos, something that has been very useful for gathering intel and potentially a few kills. Nova out on this site, backed up by Martin on the Warden. This is a very strong position to hold as it stops the attackers from being able to rip up all these wood-paneled floorboards we see.
Setting up
Get
a sequential
very
breach.
easy access to some long lines of sight in the map. Fire charge going to hit the first goo mine. That'll give away that a player is here and take a little bit of health away from the ash.
Looting ammo.
Drones coming out, lots of intel work being done. As we see pings start to ring from multiple players.
Watch for the blast!
A little bit of a rotation coming through, looking to potentially get some different lines of sight.
Selma sequence activated.
Base charge starting to go through. This will offer a little bit of variability. Oh, Legion looking to potentially remove one. Montana State devoting a lot of manpower. Deimos going to take some shots at the Mira underneath, but Atomic goes down as well. Martin now claiming fire charge. Painted no longer locked out to the Vendetta, but he's caught between a crossfire between Martin and Nova. It leaves bad with it all to do. This is not a great position to be in. Martin looking for the kill, jumps out the window. Bad able to successfully punish that down. Habano with hard breach, but probably not going to see it come out as it is very loud and very slow on
15 seconds to
Habano.
go.
Mira sees the player,
Attackers have dropped the bomb
goes to
diffuser.
turn, but it's actually the Maestro claims the final piece of damage using that laser in the camera. WSU looking very strong so far as they have claimed the first 3 rounds. That does allow Master Bedroom to open up as a repeatable site. However, this was the site that MSU successfully started to execute on. Diffuser was going down as the round ended.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
See Scopos come out once again. That new operator has 2 different robots across the map, as we see one here.
My beautiful evil eye is ready.
And there's the transition that pulls that bulletproof shield away and gives control back to the other robot. Only operator in the game where you get access to 2
Device in
characters.
Active.
Deployable shields able to be removed
10 seconds
though,
remaining.
through the explosive utility.
Evil eye on watching.
5 seconds left.
Saw it use pretty good effect to help
New camera feed
protect
under
this
Attacker's
electrified
objective is to
wall,
locate
as
a bomb
Kaid
and
can
defuse
now
it.
pretty comfortably sit in this position, much more so than we have previously seen.
Evil eye in
Maestro
place.
again offering lots of camera utility, along with the Valkyrie. WSU spending a lot
Reloading.
of operator utility on being able to see where this attack is coming from, get that intel off early,
Loading new magazine.
understand and adapt to what Montana State is doing. Fire charge getting into trophy already, potentially able to remove this
Open
Valkyrie.
mag.
Valcam will spot him out though. Valk is going to move away from that pixel area. Now we see why it was so dangerous for a Valk to be sitting there as Buck starts to remove all of the padding underneath her feet.
Bomb
Nitro Cell
located by
comes out,
attackers.
potentially pocketed. Just waiting for that stairwell entry to come up, potentially able to cause massive damage here. Nitro goes out and will catch fire charge, not able to turn around quite fast enough. Now Fainted, seeing a player below, but Martin 2K will take the life, able to rotate very quickly between these two positions as that other shielded operator is still safely tucked away in sight. Shots from the Valkyrie will protect the reinforced wall. Ace's utility is not bulletproof. Atomic going to remove Martin 2. Though, you only get one health bar shared between those robots. Ace charge starts to go out again, but Valkyrie still in this precarious pixel position is going to continue to defend this. Very aggressive swinging, but it'll net the kill. Potentially another, but it's only a double for bad. Atomic starting to get zapped and shot with smoke. Maestro starting to eat away at the health bar, leaves it with only half
Attackers
left.
recovered the diffuser.
But they're going to have to find this player before the plant can safely go down. And the veteran Panda is not going to get off the cameras fast enough and is going to claim the round. Montana State will claim their first round. WSU looking to go back to the same site. I imagine we'll see a very similar setup.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Have now seen this site being played for the third time. Little bit of a difference with the Malusi coming out. Those Banshees acting as barbed wire and a proximity alarm combined. Sacrificing a little bit of intel for the Maestro into a little bit of slowdown as well.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Loading new magazine!
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Loading new magazine! Needles in position.
Looks to be a similar site take as last time, as we start to see Montana State fill in around this solarium side. Smoke playing much closer this time, although Honeydew having a very good game so far. Having what I believe to be either 5-1 or 6-1.
A bomb has been located.
Bravo looking to move in and claim these cameras and electronics for themselves, though. That first drone going down. But there's still one more in pocket. Looks like they got a few different of those default cameras. Those will now be extra tools for the attackers as they start to move their way towards site.
Activating surge!
A much wider clear being done this time by Montana State. They know they got shot from behind last time, so they're not willing to risk it again this time. Along with the Nomad, those air jabs are going to be a passive form of flank watch. Don't want to run into those, or you will feel the fury of being close and knocked prone. Scopo's taking a lot of damage on a fairly risky peak. But a quick swap of the robots is going to change that fate. Fainted going down. A across the map. Looks like they potentially fell off the side. Large drops are very dangerous for
Setting up a
everyone
sequential breach.
involved. Honeydew, though, is going to claim fire charge, continuing to go very large on this smoke.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Nova will claim bad, bringing it now down to a 4 versus 2. Lots of extra destruction happening, but Martin will claim another on Castle Bravo. Atomic, last player alive. 20 seconds left to get to site or find all of the kills.
15 seconds to go.
Diffuser in pocket isn't a bad start, and with
10
the red
seconds
ping
remaining.
coming out, they know a player is here. But with a crossfire from his teammates, Honeydew will claim the last kill of the round. (4-1) now, heading into round 6. WSU looking to bring this up to a 5-1. Montana State looking to have 2 rounds under their belt as we head into the last round of the half. WSU can't return to that top floor, though. They're going to have to go back to
Attackers need to
basement.
locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Martin 2K with a Boss G.
Camera ready to activate. Magnet ready.
Unsure if that's a little bit of an oversight, as the Boss G is quite powerful, but also only contains 2 shots, and with a very high recoil, it can be a very risky pick.
Calibrating air compression. All set. Explosive ordnance is ready.
Honeydew now at 8-1, with Martin going 6-4.
10 seconds
being
remaining.
Primary
Reinforcing
fraggers
wall!
for the side of Washington.
5 seconds to go.
All explosive ordnance is in place.
Nova getting out good damage as
Attackers
well.
are moving out to locate a bomb and
4
defuse it.
5.
Camera ready. Magnet activated.
Although we see Castle Bravo now on a blitz, potentially a rush building up. Blitz is kind of one of those indicators of a very aggressive take.
Airdrop in position.
Air jab coming out, but Martin already reading into this with his gadget going on. He does not want to be seen by drones. Looks like a drone will spot him out anyways, and in fact it does, as we hear gunshots start to ring at him. Potentially Blitz's chance to shine as he moves through, but Blitz looks the other way. Fire charge has his back though. Another player up in the bathroom. Nitro Cell being brought out, but Mira's now trapped as Fire Charge claims another one off of the back of the Blitz. Castle Bravo now looking to wait for this drop. Smokes in hand. Looks like they want to get very aggressive with this
Attackers have recovered their
drop. Castle Bravo now into sight. He's looking for the
Attackers have located
players here, but the smoke's going to obscure his vision. It's on his teammates to help him out. They know where a player might be, playing very stable and very steady, not wanting to over-aggress. Diffuser not in hand, but now with the potential trade being set up by WSU, they want to set up this crossfire. They're looking for the players here. Honeydew's going to move back out, but Nova's still on this front line, tucked in a pretty precarious situation, but looking to duel his way out. He wants to live for as long as possible. Fire Charge steps in and takes a fight with the wrong player. Impacts coming out are going to deal chip damage to the Blitz. Fainted, though, is going to keep the trades even. It's 2v1. Fainted, last player alive. DMR in hand, looking to claim these kills. 2 frags left in pocket, able to act as a sort of flank watch. But the gunfight happens with Nova. Nova hits the head. And WSU takes a 5th round. Round 7 means the sides will swap. Montana State now getting the opportunity to defend on this map. The clock will now be working against WSU. We'll see how they manage.
Attackers
Similar
need to locate and
lineups
defuse bombs.
of what we've seen. Bandit being elected instead of Kaid. Often a choice of how aggressive they're going to be on keeping these walls closed.
Bomb
And it
located
looks like
by
they're going
attackers.
to try to play this trick as effectively as possible, as we see a Tuberau brought out as well.
It'll sting a lot.
Tuberau able to throw those canisters full of freezing gas. It's
10
going
seconds
to
to go.
stall any and all forms of
5
gadgets
seconds
on
to insertion.
whatever surface is affected, and is going to slow down
Attackers
this
are
breach as effectively as possible. Warden being played over in the boiler pit as well. Immune to flashbangs. Probably looking to soak as much utility as possible. IQ missing about half their health bar, I imagine, to some unfortunate friendly fire. Trigger discipline is something we want to see all of the time. Long lines of sight being picked up by this collie here, potentially cutting off any rotates through this connector.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Collie having that very long and very powerful shot is going to try to keep that as effectively as possible. Impact charge coming out isn't going to quite get the down player, but with low health bars on now 2 of the players of Washington State, it's potentially getting a little dangerous.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
IQ starting to move their way up.
Attackers dropped the
Veteran
diffuser.
Panda wants to make use of this rotate. Flashbang's coming out.
Attackers
It's
recovered
going
the
to
bomb
blind
diffuser.
one player, and the plant starts to go down.
Attackers bomb
But
diffuser
Fainted
has
has the
dropped.
cover from above. They weren't watching the hatch. Honeydew
Attackers recovered
picks
the
up
diffuser.
the trade, but Nitro coming through isn't going to connect as Martin holds the long line of sight. Veteran Panda looking to continue to cover
Attackers
this
are
trade, but with Martin holding a long one. Fire charge though will claim Honeydew. Still up on this hatch. Very important for the lines of sight we have. But with a player blocking this trophy hatch, are they in a position where they can
Attackers need to protect.
aggress this properly? Holly getting a little aggressive, but now with the counter defuse from Bad, no one's in position to actually take
Bomb
the
defusing
cover,
attempt failed. Defenders win.
and Montana State will get a counter defuse after a successful plant from WSU. WSU is now going to have to attack a different site. Montana State looking to play a slightly different rotation, but still prioritize the same top 2 sites as we head over to the
Attackers
top
need to
floor.
locate and defuse bombs.
Setting my black spot.
We do see the addition of Alibi
Setting the
and
welcome mat.
Frost to
Loading
the
the magazine.
operators played. Alibi being able to put down a replica of herself. That Prisma hologram, when shot, will reveal the location of the attacker for a couple seconds after they have
10 seconds to insertion.
been foolish enough to be duped by a
5 seconds left
projection.
before insertion.
Frost bringing
Attackers
with her
must locate and defuse a bomb.
these wonderful bear mats, recently nerfed, so you can pick yourself up out of a frost trap, but it will reduce your speed and will also leave a very long trail of blood, leaving you at, I just 5 HP.
Banshee deployed.
Very aggressive start coming out from Martin 2K as he has already made it in the basement and starting to work his way up blue stairs, but Fainted is going to take down Panda. Those Jackal pings will not be used. Footprints now safe and offering a little bit of flexibility to the side of MSU. Martin, so far, more than willing to stay down in the blue stairs, looking for any potential flanks as the rest of his team starts to get set up. And Martin, in that position, will claim Fainted. He's now worked his way up to the top of blue. Much more aggressive onto this site.
Are using shield.
We see Flores drones start to ring out though. Short life on the drone, but with the added benefit of being able to explode at the end of this timer you see on the left.
A bomb has been located.
Once they close down, they are unable to be moved or shot out. Martin repositioning once again. Nova and Brochill have successfully started to get this wall open. They now have access to site. A very common plant onto this half wall. A little bit of extra aggression coming out on this doorway. Both players know someone's here, but Fire Charge doesn't want to step out as he knows there's multiple different attackers here.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
That is going to get the kill out on that long angle, simply stepping through, but he stands up and will expose himself to half wall. Honeydew starting to move his way in. Smoke canisters going out are going to cause a lot of issues. A potentially lethal from Matt being removed. Nova, now with the diffuser, is going to have to step his way into sight. Honeydew's the only one left to cover. Flashbangs going out are going to attempt to blind these players.
5 seconds left.
Does the cover come in? There's no actual lines of sight. 45 seconds left now in the round as the timer has swapped back to the attacker's benefit. Castle Bravo is going to claim Honeydew, and it's just Nova left. He gets one, but he can't get the trade.
Defenders have eyes on the
Montana
diffuser.
State
Attackers need to
successfully
protect
retakes their second site.
it. Defenders disable the diffuser. Defenders win.
Very well thought out executes being brought from the side of Washington State. But with the aggression that seems to come out from MSU at the end to get back to where that diffuser is and hold that position, WSU seems to not entirely know where players are at that point, and also with the absolute flood of bodies that MSU seems to be throwing
Defenders,
at the
protect your
problem,
bombs from being defused by attackers.
they've successfully been able to retake so far. Heading now to the third
Attackers have
site,
located a
as
bomb.
we've seen a very defensive-sided chalet.
Forward.
Montana State is looking to win the next 3 rounds in a row to put them on match point, and 4 will get them the game. However, if Washington State
10
wins
seconds to
a
insertion.
single round, it will put them
Camera in
on
position.
match point.
5 seconds to go.
Montana State is going to have to fight this out in overtime if they
Attacker's
want to
objective is to
claim their
defuse the
map
bomb. The
pick.
attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Setting the welcome mat. Camera.
Pretty precarious position
Attackers have dropped the bomb
for
diffuser.
Montana State to
Attackers
be
have
in.
recovered their diffuser.
Generally, your third site is your least effective site. You don't see it played very often.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
and so you tend to get a little bit less practice on it. We will see the addition of a fuse brought out.
Get clear!
Having able to put down those cluster charges that shoot out 5 separate explosives can be quite lethal in regards to clearing out utility and any health bars. Proximity drone scans are going to stop a lot of this intel being brought out. Those observation blockers are going to
Let's cause some
cause
chaos.
you to need to drive your drone through it. It will only affect a drone's vision, as an operator can very clearly see through them.
Reload! RCE going out.
However, we do see Martin starting to get aggressive on this back line. There's multiple players of Montana State
Attackers
up here.
recovered the bomb.
Is he going to be able to find the kills? But as we say that, it's Castle Bravo to get a kill. Nova, though, will
Drone active.
end his ability to keep playing, but Castle, having those panels already out, is going to ultimately not leave Bravo without any extra influence in this round, as we actually see one of those Castle panels slowing down the ability for these operators to get in. Martin with mass charge is going to remove a shield from play, and it's going to push this player on blue stairs down. But a lot of work has been done to get this top floor, but only about 35 seconds remain in the round to be able to actually execute any actual aggression towards site. There's a lot of work to be done. Flores drones have done some work on removing parts of the floor, but it's not going to be all that they want. Frost stepping out pretty
15
aggressively
seconds to go.
into the pool, but he's going to get a kill for his
10
efforts,
seconds to
traded
go.
out by Honeydew. But as the Flores starts to go across, he's going to take a lot of damage. Nova dueling it out. He's going to lose the fight, and Bad with the Alda is going to continue to let it ring. Lots of bullets in that LMG are not going to stop him from holding down that trigger. Montana State, having done exactly what WSU has done,
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
they have now started to bring this scoreline back into their favor, looking to get 3 more rounds to end the game.
Attackers
WSU
have located a bomb.
2. WSU having won 5 of their
Activating camera.
defensive rounds are now looking to pick up their first for attack.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
First half of the game
Camera
also
status is
having
running.
3
seconds
consecutive
remaining.
wins. There's something to be said for the momentum of
Attackers are heading out to defuse a
Doing
bomb.
New camera
these
feed up and
similar
running.
aggressive actions that come from attacking. Little explosion coming out as we see Fainted also with the Boss G. There's a lot more Boss G play than I think I've seen in a very long time. However, it is one of the few ACOGs left on the defending side that those zoom scopes widely believed to be very powerful. IQ taking quite a bit of damage from a Legion mine. It does do its initial damage again, although to a reduced sense, and will continue to tick down and poison players. Lots of drone work being devoted to this player. Castle Bravo not looking to give up this position quite yet. but with the potential to run back out of this area. He's got a little bit of help coming down the back stairs. Fire charge might be able to get a couple kills. Takes his time, but feinted, puts down Veteran Panda, and he claims the head of Honeydew. He's going to back off very quickly after this. Collie still sitting in the garage, and Bad with a well-placed nitro cell is going to remove Brochill. That puts the diffuser back down in sight. This is now up to Nova to get in a similar position that we saw last time. Bravo, though, misses his shot, and Nova duels him out. Martin, the last hope left to hold this cross, but Feinted is going to sneak in first. Collie not being able to rotate quite fast enough. Afraid of these players on West Main. There's a lot of manpower that can move around pretty freely. She's going to move to the hatch, looking to possibly pick something off with that one shot. Looking for the feet, but can't seem to quite hit him. But Fire Charge continuing to step up to this attacker-sided angle is going to lose his life to one of those very hefty shots. Martin looking to move around quite aggressively. Here's the nitro come out. It's going to be very difficult to push this. He's got to get in before it detonates, potentially able to sneak around out of effective range. Do they know where this player is? It looks like they're looking for him. Martin steps in, is going to get one, but with 5 seconds counting down, the defender simply play. Feinted, having swapped places with the Collie, is going to use their hand cannon to stop the plant. 5-5 now, as Montana State has won 4 rounds in a row. This map of Chalet being dueled out very aggressively. This round will decide who goes to match point first. Montana State hoping to claw this one back from a fairly sizable deficit.
Laying out the welcome mat.
Although they have won this site before.
Setting the
But
welcome
once
mat.
again, if we look at the parallels of these defending halves, it was won on a retake.
Setting welcome
Very
mat.
similar to what we saw at WSU win their first upstairs hold on. As
10 seconds left
WSU
before insertion.
managed to claim a kill while the diffuser was
5
being
seconds to
planted.
go. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Dropping Megs.
Wall fortified.
Warden now being positioned down on these blue stairs, flicking through cameras. Now, as Bad places a shield. Feinted, moving
Deploying
pretty
mobile cover.
aggressively once again down through this blue stairs. They were aware that a player did this last time, but Martin's going to win the fight again. That's a very early pick for WSU. They're going to want to use this to their advantage as best as possible. Fire Charge, though, looking to take this fight. He takes a lick of damage and simply steps away. He does not want to get too aggressive. Man disadvantage for MSU. They're going to try to keep it as close to even as they possibly can.
Changing Megs.
Martin continuing to watch for this player,
Located a bomb.
but the other players of WSU are not sitting idly by, droning, removing utilities, starting to get this wall open. It's getting very aggressive and very uncomfortable to be a player on site. But are they able to get all of these players where they need to be?
No contact with RCE.
Montana State offering a lot of control over on this far side. But we saw this work out to their benefit last time they defended this, as they simply let the attackers come to them once they were in sight. A very aggressive retake occurred. Flores drone's going to root out this Frost, not let them stand idly by. Frost is going to continue to play on this half wall though. This is the main spot they're looking to get Diffuser into. If they can keep Bad can keep his life here, it can be very, very bad for the WSU indeed. But he's going to go down. Flashbang comes out. Honeydew claims another kill. Castle Bravo is going to go down to the hands of Nova, but a Frost mat not cleared out is going to put one down. But Martin, having walked his way into sight, is going to duel the last two players. WSU now on match point. MSU has to win 2 rounds in a 3 rounds now to be able to take it. The MSU is going to take their timeout, get an opportunity to shake some things off, talk things through, and identify what's going wrong. Looking at the scoreboard, we see a pretty even spread across MSU. Lots of players going just positive or barely beneath it. However, on the side of WSU, we see a lot of heavy hitters with the backline of Rochill and Veteran Panda not really adding much in terms of frag power, but very obviously converting what they're not in terms of raw kills into how they are assisting the team, really setting up Nova, Honeydew, and Martin for these kills that they are
Attackers
claiming.
need to locate and defuse bombs.
Rainbow Six Siege, one of those games where even though you might have a less than stellar raw mechanical performance, you can add a great deal to the team simply by good communication, good utility placement, and how your general strategy is affecting the team. Things that we are seeing brought out by Brochill,
10 seconds remaining.
trailing pretty heavily in kills compared to the
5
higher
seconds left
fraggers on his
before
team.
insertion.
But bringing that hard breach utility, able to burst
Attackers'
through those
objective
metal
is to locate a bomb and
reinforcements
defuse
is
it.
something that cannot be understated in value that gets brought to a team. MSU is going to repeat this top floor. That basement is still locked, as it will need 2 rounds to come back. We're not going to see it get played again by MSU, as WSU has elected to defend should we go to overtime. A single round is holding us in the balance of whether or not we go all the way to 8 rounds or simply end it here. Drone work being done is going to spot out a player. Martin 2K though continuing to lay on the floor. This drone is going to feed intel to this player. As charge coming out is going to make it very dangerous indeed for the player to stand here. But fire charge on that Legion, he's going to simply back his way out. Fainted, starting to work his way up though. Able to catch any overzealous plays from the side of WSU if they get too aggressive and focused on that spiral. Rochill though is going to open up that wall to the default plant. This is the same attack we've seen WSU play every time. It's a strong
Attackers
one
have
at that.
located a bomb.
through is going to spot out some players, but do they know this one is in the bag? Mujammer will claim the drone, intel being denied fairly heavily, but WSU has devoted their entire manpower to this area. Fainted, though, is going to claim one down below, but he's going to back off heavily. Plant's going down, 50% left. Can they get a player in? There's long lines of sight. Do they know this person is here? Roadchill will win the fight. It's up to the defenders to retake. Fire charge going down, but able to be picked back up. WSU more than content to simply play extra man power here. Gunfight coming out.
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser. Attackers need to protect it.
Trying to defuse here, but Veteran Panda is going to stop it. Fainted again with the shotgun. Now it's all up to Fainted. Can he get it? Fainted comes in with the knife. Looks like the player was trying to reload, but if you hear that mag go, it means there's only one bullet left in their gun. Fainted choosing to aggress into it will claim the retake in that flurry of kills that happened at the end of that round. MSU, having claimed their 6th round, will now take it to overtime. And I misspoke. It looks like MSU has actually gotten the side pick and is going to choose to defend first.
Attackers
This
need
is
to locate
MSU's
and
map,
defuse
so
as
they
many
have
bombs as they
picked
can.
the map. So WSU picks the initial side setup, but in the event of overtime, the map pick E gets to choose what side they want. MSU obviously feeling a lot more comfortable on this defensive side, as they have won 5 of 6 of their rounds on it.
Place device.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Martin 2K looking to bring the Deimos this
5 seconds
time
to go.
at soft breach utility of the Ash.
Attacker's objective
Looking
is to
to not
defuse a bomb.
be as valued as the intel that Deimos can bring. Deimos being one of those double-edged swords of an operator, because when he's getting all of that useful live feed information from the defenders, he is only allowed to play with that hand cannon, the 44 Vendetta. Fire charge going down. It doesn't even look like they know it. Unfortunate timing as Honeydew looks to be opening a barricade. Castle Bravo now put in a dangerous position as well, trying to win that player back. No rook plates are going to meet no self-reses as Fainted takes a shot. Castle Bravo wants to get back to this area to res a teammate. It looks like it's too late. But a nitro cell, a downed player might not be able to shoot, but they can still call for the teams. Martin being removed from this match. A relatively free pick, traded simply for a downed player. Now, the focus is going to swap rather quickly into getting down this site. But Captain, 2 different Captain charges will down a player. It won't put the Jackal out of the running entirely, but it will put them at very low health. Defenders more than happy to play against a soft opponent, as we see their guns start to rattle. Tubarao is going to cause a little bit of cold feet for the defenders, going to try to slow this down, but Honeydew hits a Captain trap and is going to be removed this time. Castle Bravo's securing multiple kills from far across the map, really punishing the lack of over-droning that we've seen from WSU. You want to get all of this information
15
before
seconds to go.
the defenders start to give, but Fainted now having claimed a flank, but being claimed by an air jab.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
A very
5 seconds to
fast
go.
closing of man count, but with 2 seconds left, Veteran has to get into sight.
Operators, you are
Crossfire
out of
being held
time.
by MSU is going to ensure that he doesn't make it. MSU claiming the first round of overtime. MSU now at match point, having finally gained the lead in this competition. Round swap every round, though, is going to put them on attack. Will they be able to shake the curse of attack and keep their momentum of this last half that they've seen? Trying to claim
Attackers need to
one
locate and
more
defuse
round
bombs.
to close out their match. Their map. This is the first of 3 maps. First team to claim 2 of them will be the victor. WSU going to play the same spread of operators that we have seen on this second floor.
Wall is fortified! Loading new magazine!
They've won it once, lost it once,
10 seconds left before insertion.
and
Eagle eye destroyed.
5 seconds to
I believe
insertion.
they've won this
Activating camera.
once and lost
Attackers
it
must
twice.
locate and defuse the
If
bomb.
my memory doesn't fail me.
Reload!
But very confident in this strategy as we see the same spread of operators being brought. Very similar utility points. They're very comfortable with how things are going. But Castle Bravo on the blitz might throw an interesting wrinkle into the plan that we normally see.
Bomb located by attackers.
Excuse me while I attempt to get the more detailed scoreline up. Castle Bravo already taking some damage though, and is going to go down to a nitro cell. Smoke grenades going out as they are assailed on all sides. Valk managing to step out. There was a player on the window, but not quite able to get that kill. Valk's going to be left at 30 HP over it. But with a player on the bathroom window, they're going to get in and claim this space. Atomic not quite able to get all of the players involved here.
Attackers dropped the
But
diffuser.
Veteran is going to claim bad. What looked to be a potential rush from the side of MSU got taken down very quickly, but Fainted now on the other side of the map. Do they know that he's here? Martin will spot him out and claim him. Fire charge now with it all left to do. 1:20 left on the clock, but with a large section of players, he's got a lot of work to be done. Martin, prone on blue stairs, will stop any potential rotates from happening. And we are going to go all the way on Chalet. I do believe that this makes it so that only 3 rounds have been won on attack. So, MSU, based off of
Attackers need
previous
to locate
rounds
and
data,
defuse
looking
as
to
many
be
bombs as
heavily
they can.
favored. They're going to go to the top floor.
Setting up.
Very similar lineup coming out once again.
Company.
Seems like both teams are starting to realize what is working and what they need to try to capitalize on. Sieging very very often
10
become
seconds
a
to
game
insertion.
of very small mistakes
Deploying welcome
that
mat.
end
5
up
seconds
snowballing
remaining.
into very large mistakes, as
Attackers must
we
locate and
saw
defuse the
last
bomb.
round. Little over-aggression up blue gets punished, and it turns into
It's alone.
a 4v1 in the span of just under a minute.
Reload!
WSU looking to take into library. A little bit modified from what we normally see. But with 2 players starting to sneak up blue yet again. Much preferred for this movement.
Cover me!
They know this space has been generally free. They're going to continue to take it as long as they have it. Martin, having claimed the spot he wants, and with the backup of Honeydew looking the other way, they are going to get very cozy
Stand by to witness the punch.
playing this position. Zero being able to deploy those cameras is going to get very, very comfortable with that intel. But Frost deploying a late round reinforcement. Extra flank watch coming out. Veteran, while not having a great game in terms of killing the opponents, is having a very good game in ensuring that kills go to his team.
Throwing Selma. Get ready for the breach.
Ace charges now coming out. This wall's going to get open.
Bomb located by attackers.
That's the entry WSU is looking for. They've got a minute and 10 left to do it.
Let's cause some chaos.
Diffuser out on the balcony. They know where these players like to play. They know what the common positions are. Can they get a player in, and can they get them where they need to be? Can they hold that spot? Fainted, though, is going to claim Martin. A first mistake followed up by a second is bad. Gets the headshot on Nova. Honeydew going to try and keep this man balance as close as possible, as it has been a round of headshots. Getting a little tighter now. 25 seconds left on the clock. Do they have the manpower to get this plant? Do they have the support to keep this planter safe? Flash is going to harm the player who does it, but Brochill already starting to get it down. Can they cover this effectively? And Nitro Cell from below won't claim the planter. Honeydew now with 2 big kills is going to tip the man count over to MSU. They know a player is starting to come up blue. A flashbang and a nomad charge is going to keep it looking towards their favor. Fire charge, can he make it up this balcony without being spotted? Do they know a player's here? Can Bravo make
Defenders
his way
have
to
eyes
this
on the diffuser.
diffuser?
Attackers need to protect it.
There's a lot of this wall open, and so the lines of sight are very long. Can they get it? He takes the fight across, but it's a quad kill from Honeydew and a final kill from Veteran to close out Chalet. WSU wins 8-7. Our next match will be Clubhouse. I'm just going to get my settings in really quick. Looks like we'll be taking a very small break. and we'll be right back to it soon. first. This is WSU's map pick. Montana State once again banning the Monty, and WSU banning Dokkaebi again. WSU though is going to ban off the Vigil. Something we saw Fainted use to a pretty great effect. Able to sneak behind those cameras, and with that powerful cannon of the Boss G. MSU is going to ban off Mira. We saw a few Mira plays in the last game. Clubhouse is a very strong Mira map. Those one-way windows are not going to be used this game. Montana State.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
To the basement site. This is a site that we don't see a lot of in ranked play. It's not viewed as necessarily a bad site, but because of the coordination you need to run this effectively, it is, needless to say, not a random group of players' favorite site to play. However, we don't suffer that disadvantage
10 seconds left.
in a lobby in which all of the players are in voice
5
chat
seconds
together.
left before
Obviously
insertion.
not in one large 10-man,
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
but communication at a very high level. Let's be brought out by Veteran Panda, potentially signaling a rush here. And we see them start to get very aggressive.
Setting traces thermal touch. See you on the other side.
Now, Blitz is a very loud operator, so we see them start to move pretty slowly. This Veteran shows our free look changes. He can look around without moving the position of the shield.
Going live.
Peeking around corners and such, he's going to ping that he hears above him. Now, an isolated player is Blitz's favorite thing. Although the damage coming out very early, but oh, with a little bit extra trigger discipline, that would have been a kill to trade
Attackers drop the diffuser.
a man advantage with an extra shot flying a little misplaced. That Blitz is going to be removed from the game for this round. Although a 1-to-1 trade is not the worst thing that
Attackers
you see,
recovered the bomb diffuser.
and a little
the
bit
attacker's
of a
bomb
better
diffuser has been
trade
dropped.
for the attackers, as that
Attackers
Legion
recovered
will
the
be able
diffuser.
to continue to generate those goo mines, continue to generate a lethal slowdown,
Bomb located by
and
attackers.
unable to continue to roam. That is a lot of map clear that has just been given to
Flash set.
WSU. Ian Candella's starting to pop. They know a player's here and they're trying to flush him out. Ying being one of the best execute operators, but Brochill is going to be the one who claims the shot onto Castle Bravo. Hips the man advantage to WSU. Ying Candella's coming down. Brochill also dropping the hatch. A flood of players. Fire charge stemming himself back up. He's overhealed now.
Attackers are
But the
activating the bomb
plant is going
diffuser.
down. They need to get this kill. Blinded by the flashbang. Extra one coming out. This is going to get very lethal indeed. Potential retake coming from Bad, but he's got to win this gunfight. Martin will be the one who takes it though. Fire charge with a lot left to do, and Honeydew is going to stop it in its tracks immediately. Round one going to WSU. A very fast execute coming through. opting not to replay the site. We are going to see a new
Attackers need to
operator,
locate and defuse bombs.
one that was banned in the previous round. This Fenrir is going to be a fairly large menace in terms of visibility. Bulletproof camera going out will stop. We'll be able to see some long lines of sight, while those Fenrir charges will be removing anything similar. Any attacker that steps into the range of those traps, it's going to activate and immediately start
5 seconds to go.
causing a paranoia effect that will
Attackers' objective is to
reduce
locate
the
a bomb
range
and
of the
defuse it.
enemy's vision.
Reinforcing the wall!
Something that can be very lethal and what would tip a 50-50 chance gunfight into one that is very defender-sided. Montana State devoting a lot of manpower over to this far side. It looks like they know kind of what to expect when it comes to how they want to
Swapping to Gemini.
attack this side. WSU is going
Reloading! How you want it.
to get an entrance into the site, but Fainted is going to take down the Blitz again. Fainted now going 2 for 2 in terms of aggression from a Blitz.
Device is going down.
EMP is coming out, but with a bandit battery on the wall, they're going to stop it, and that's all of the ace charges. Jacuzzi Wall is going to stay closed for this map. For this round, excuse me. Free charges will get them access to Logi, but the aggression from WSU is still trying to find their way into this security and cache site. The cache charge will remove the shield that is protecting this player. Fire charge still able to cause chaos though, but it's Fainted on the return.
Dreadmine.
That's going to cause the most amount of damage. A little bit of stacking here. Honeydew is going to come out victorious, but with very little room to spare. 2 HP, he is now 1 shot, 1 kill. It doesn't matter if it's in the head. Rocha is still trying to find access to this map, along with Nova, still trying to root out where these players are. Looking for these players. Honeydew, we're going to see this lethal combo from last game in which a drone goes in and Honeydew tries to make the kill.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Rocha
Attackers
though
have
with
recovered
an
their diffuser.
unfortunate team kill. It's now left to just Rochill and Honeydew on a drone going out. They want to find these players, but with very little access,
Attackers
very
have dropped the
little
bomb
utility
diffuser.
left to
Attackers
open
recovered
anything.
the
This is going to turn into a very one-sided fight. Honeydew goes down from behind
15
the other
seconds left.
area.
The attacker's
He's
bomb
going to
diffuser
actually
has
come
been
up
dropped.
with more health than he started with. Nitrocell though,
Attackers recovered
going
the
to
bomb diffuser.
cause a little bit of a stall, but Bad takes the kill. Rochill fighting this
Bomb
player in
located by
Logi.
attackers.
He's got to walk through this door. Time runs out, and Montana
Operators,
State
you are out of time.
manages to hold on their first round. That gym bedroom site now being locked off, MSU has elected to go to what was for a long time widely regarded as
Attackers need to locate and
the
defuse bombs.
best site on this map. It's fallen out of favor a little bit recently, but not so far as to not be played. Bar Stage holds the honor of being widely regarded as the worst site on this map.
Dealer is active.
Primarily only played in the highest level of professional play, and generally as a one-off site.
Change of plans.
10 seconds
don't
left before
imagine
insertion.
we'll see similar from the side of MSU
5 seconds
this
left.
time.
Attackers must locate and defuse
Oryx
a
being
bomb.
brought now, what is regarded as the fastest operator in the game, as he does
Loading
have
your mag.
access to a sprint, and also having extra mobility on the hatches. We see these hatches starting to open up early, and those are going to continue
New
to
feed
be
active.
used by
IED
this
scanning.
Oryx until he is
Disabling
removed
electronics.
from
Setting
play.
up. Device is going down.
Scanning for electronic.
Fainted, starting to soak a good chunk of utility. Blitz is trying to get up the stairs.
has been
But
located.
Fainted's going to claim the support. The veteran
Claymore mine deployed.
getting his first kill. He's going to
Electroclaw is
continue
on.
pushing up. Able to reload behind that shield. They now have access to this garage, a very strong position to get early on. Looking for some gunfire errors, but veteran with a pixel of a shot onto that is going to bring the man count to the advantage. Ace down garage is going to start opening up these walls. There's now access to the site. Montana State starting to bid their time. There's a player below. I'm not sure if WSU knows of it. The player
Attackers
out
have dropped
on
the
the
bomb
balcony.
diffuser. Attackers have
There is
recovered
a
their
lot of
diffuser.
coverage here. Smokes are starting to go out. Looks like this is the play. Blitz going in.
Dart loaded.
Flames going out.
The attackers bomb
Blitz
diffuser
dying
has
from
been
the
dropped.
Oryx below. They weren't aware that the
Attackers
player
recovered
was
the
here.
diffuser.
Plane starting to go down again. Honeydew trying to keep this up.
Attackers
Oryx
are
starting to
activating the bomb
rotate
diffuser.
through. It's now a matter of the retake. Fire charge will claim Honeydew. Oryx down below, potentially moving to this garage player. Do they know that he's swinging around? Ace looks to know it's there. Castle Bravo with the double will get one. He steps
Defender
out
is
wide.
exposed.
Has to take this fight. Bravo will win the fight outside. Using that speed to his advantage. He's got to be
Attackers
quick
need
with
to
it.
protect the diffuser.
He's got
Position
exactly
compromised.
enough time. 7 seconds to defuse, and Bravo has 2 more than is necessary.
Defenders disabled the diffuser. Bomb
Correct
defusing
me,
attempt
3.
failed.
Apparently
Defenders
I
win.
can't do quick math when I get excited. Montana State now having won 2 rounds back to back. They're going to repeat that church arsenal. And my eyes do not deceive me. We have a sentry. Not quite,
Attackers need to locate and defuse
recruit
as many bombs
anymore.
as they can.
but having the special gadget of having no special gadget, able to bring 2 different secondary gadgets. Looks like impacts and nitro from the side of Castle Bravo. A potentially lethal combo here, as we might see him try to impact trick along with Fish for a nitro kill. Fainted on the Scopos,
Reinforcing wall.
putting that new
10
operator
seconds remaining.
to the test. Lots of soft breach brought out by WSU.
5 seconds to
They're
insertion.
gonna want to rip a similar situation.
Impact.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Kaid starts with the Electroclaw on the hatch. That's going to be the first line of defense against any of these hard breachers. Scopos relatively far from sight. I imagine the second one is tucked in somewhere
Deploying
nice
drone.
and safe. It is, playing by this Kaid. That makes essentially a
Knock, knock.
free teleport back to site, should it be done safely. And if used as that get out of jail free card, it is also going to require
In the end.
the attackers to remove that player and that robot station from the game.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
hasn't gotten anything yet, but has moved all the way back into sight. They're now playing a turtle strategy.
Bomb located by.
As charge comes in, that will remove the Kaid Claw. But a Tubarão is going to slow this down. Do they have the ability to remove these Hibana pellets? If not, they're going to continue to keep burning, but an impact will swing up. Excuse me, a nitro.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Yet another Tubarão canister will go. They want to keep this hatch closed for as long as possible, potentially stepping out. There's a drone at this Tubarão's feet. Nitro cell being picked up. They want to reclaim this utility.
Lights set. Lights on.
Veteran Panda looking to get their way in. This looks to be the push, the most aggressive piece, but Fire
The
Charge is
attacker's
holding
bomb
on
diffuser
blue.
has been dropped.
But now Buck
Attackers
is
have recovered their diffuser.
in, working his way through this tunnel, potentially where this Blitz is going to sneak in. They have to get control of these boxes in this armory, or they're not going to be able to stake the claim safely. Hibana successfully dropped. Martin still is ahead, looking for the flank. He'll
Attackers
win that
activating
fight.
diffuser.
There's another player still here. He's going to cut down Atomic. Now it's bad in Fire Charge. Fire Charge looking to stim himself back up. He'll go to full health. Roach Hill will claim the entire health bar of that. Fire Charge now working his way in slowly. He's not sure of the positions of these players, and he knows that there might be one above. He looks away, but the gunshots will give away the player playing in dirt. But a shot through the boxes, the debris obscuring his vision as WSU win their basement attack a second time. WSU playing the Blitz for a third round in a row.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
Looking very comfortable with that shield in front of them, along with that extra utility that it brings. Veteran doing his part on getting very aggressive with that roamer that's been out.
Attackers have located
and for
a bomb.
the most part, being able to unseat that player. You see a return to the gym bedroom is now unlocked.
10 seconds to go.
Montana State doesn't look to have
5
identified
seconds left.
any issues with the last round that they played
Attackers'
here.
objective is to
They're going to
defuse a
play
bomb.
a very similar setup.
Loading new mag! Tread mine out.
They
Reloading.
want to
Cover
keep
me.
this closed as much as possible. It's also going to require some hard reach from this ace. Potentially why we saw a reduction last time.
Reload!
Scanning for enemy.
Blitz already taking a little chip of damage as Warden peeks through the drone holes.
Watch for the
Probably the
blast.
first up for this attack.
Tread mine on.
They can't necessarily find his position exactly, but they will be able to know that he's here and are going to aggress this very evenly. Garage now being taken
Setting up
care
at
of.
point of range.
MSU looking to feed back some of his space, but Castle Bravo is the one to get it. But Honeydew with a fast trade on the Blitz.
Taking Gemini for speed.
Extra drone work being done.
Okay.
A body being thrown at the position. Fire Charge potentially running a very risky situation here. They know a player's here. Can he get his way out effectively? It shots through the wall. Doc potentially the best operator to take this, but with a gunfight tipping the way of WSU. It is now up to Fainted, who's trapped in this cache. Martin with a pre-fire will find his head though. Now 2 versus 4. Honeydew looking fairly low on the health bar, but with an extra Yana drone going up, he's going to continue to offer lots of information. Logic control starting to be established, but as the player runs out, it's just a clone. Bandit hiding in the bathroom, trying to stay silent, making sure they don't know exactly where he is. But with the Logi kill coming through, Martin on a tear for this recent site. Rochill looking to get the plant down. It looks like they know where the player is. Martin steps through for the kill. Montana State looking to hold this at an even round count. This is WSU's map. They are obviously comfortable having picked it, and with 3 rounds on attack, potentially 4.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
This could be a much faster map than we saw on Chalet.
Tread mine out.
If it does end up being a WSU victory, it will be the last
Well done.
map in this series. WSU is ahead 1.
Electroclaw is active. Reinforce the wall!
T-Ba deployed. Try to get through that.
10 seconds left.
Being brought this time. An operator
5 seconds to insertion.
could not see in the last map. Those Kiva barriers
Attackers must
coming out
locate and defuse a bomb. Attackers
very
have dropped the bomb
rapidly, able
diffuser.
to be shot
Attackers
out,
recovered the bomb
but as we
diffuser.
see them use to plug the holes in these rafters, it allows a lot of freedom for this
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
position.
Attackers
Also,
recovered the diffuser.
a lot of very aggressive small peekholes. But WSU is
Attackers
already
have recovered their
opening up
diffuser.
beneath
Setting up a sequential breach.
A well-placed nade could be the end of Fainted here.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Pulls some extra manpower to support the swamp. He's looking to hold this position as long as possible.
Recharge set!
But WSU is looking much more to claim the side of this exterior wall. CC wall being a very aggressive position to be able to hold. They do have 1 access in, along with match charges being burned. There's potential for the splits to slip in. Not a player below this time, but Castle Bravo will open the game, claiming Honeydew. That's going to stop those fire arrows from being used to root out Fainted, who's still in a very strong position to try to get a kill as the player runs through this open breach. Thatcher working their way below. They don't want to let this player step through swamp again. But Martin's starting to work his way into the garage, just looking to take this gunfight. Lots of shots going out, looking like they want to remove this Kiva barrier. Does Fainted know that he's here? Looks away at the wrong time, but Castle Bravo's got his back and claims the player in the garage. Veteran Panda still holding on as a sort of wall with eyes, wants to hold this position as best he can, doesn't want to let it go. Azami, though, being a very big nuisance on his rafters. Nova's starting to step his way in, potentially able to win a fight. He knows the player's here, but Fainted stands up and takes the kill.
15
This
seconds
opens
to
up
go.
the potential to get in for the side of veteran
10
WSU.
seconds to go.
No players below. Nitro's coming out.
Smoke out!
Smokes are being
seconds
thrown.
remaining.
The plant has to go down here. Brochill doesn't have the cover, neither does Nova, and with shots from below as well to kill the planter, there was too much intel, not enough time. Montana State takes CC again. 3-3 half will bring us to the swap though. MSU now has to try to get these rounds on attack. We're going to see Jim Bedroom yet again. WSU opening up on a different site than what we saw.
Attackers need to locate and
MSU
defuse
do.
bombs.
But one that they seem fairly comfortable attacking as long as they could get the momentum going forward.
ADS deployed and ready to go.
Bomb located by
We will
attackers.
see another operator join
You can stop worrying about grenades
the
now!
soiree on Jaeger. Something that being
Fortify the wall.
almost 20
10 seconds remaining.
4 rounds in. If you
5 seconds
said
to go.
that a few years ago, I would have that we would see an entire
Attackers
map
are moving to defuse the
in
bomb.
a half without Jaeger. I would have called you crazy.
Device placed.
An
Reloading!
operator that is known
Activate
for
jammer.
making
Loading
sure
your
that
mag.
the defense does not have to worry about grenades. Those ADS gadgets act as a
Initiate
sort
jammer.
of trophy system that will zap any tossed utility out of the air.
Jammer ready to activate it.
Very fast play onto this jacuzzi wall. Right now we see the
Changing map.
aggression and of the hard breach go out immediately, but with a lot of utility being brought out, this is going to be a very
Disabling
tough
electronic.
thing to deal with. The bandit of Nova wants to get this trip in immediately. Looks like he's got it. Thermite charge matches the panel.
Sending out my drone.
It's going to be up to bad to get it right this next time. Fire charge though, having worked his way in, will open a wall and get a kill. Manpower being very critical. Sees the player swap. A mistimed ball from Honeydew, but a nicely placed shot from Brochill will
Destroying a
claim
drone.
that trade through the wall. Potentially even unknown as the actual player's position. One-shot headshots is the name of the game in Siege. It doesn't matter if there's a wall or not in the way. Anything that is wood paneling and soft will simply put the player down immediately.
Some serious drywall work coming
Last
up.
attempt at the detonation of the jacuzzi wall will actually work out. Bad at very low HP though, and Brochill will even the man count. Bad one shot away from the clutches of death. Brochill taking a little bit of damage, but not quite enough to put him down. It's a 3v3, but with Doc able to stim up these players, it could get very dicey very quickly, and the war of health attrition will be rendered even, but the health bars are going to continue to go away. A player sitting in a fairly precarious position,
15 seconds to go.
but with Lion moving across,
Attackers bomb
potentially able to
diffuser has
pick up
been
this
dropped.
kill, but that's
10
kick
seconds.
on cold. 10 seconds left. The kills have to happen now.
5
Do they know
seconds
where
to
this
go.
player is? And Fated will claim it. There's two ways to win a round, as we've seen time and time again. You can either plant the diffuser or go for the kills. And when the diffuser is left cold across the map, it becomes a flurry of gunfights. MSU having won their first attacking round. Now,
Attackers need to
Washington
locate
State
and
is going
defuse
to
bombs.
look
Throwing magnet.
to win a site that they have yet to lose, although have not yet played on the defensive side. Lots of soft destruction being brought out as we see walls start to be
Let my
reconstructed,
get lonely.
interior renovation, and we'll see a fairly large shift of
Attackers
attackers.
have located a bomb. 10 seconds
Now,
to insertion.
attacker repick.
Activating camera. Changing
That
mag.
until the last 3
5
seconds
seconds to
of
insertion.
the game of this prep
Attackers are
phase,
heading out
as
to
it's
defuse a
called,
bomb.
Feed active.
Initiating
the
jammer.
attackers can identify
Look at my
where
evil eye.
the position of
Massive
the
camera
bombs
training.
are,
Perimeter
where-
defense online.
what
Reloading.
sort of utility is being brought out by the defenders,
Detecting traces thermotouch.
and pick a different strategy.
Jammer ready to item.
We're going to see a fairly top-down attack, it looks like.
My evil eye ready to kill. Strong.
Something that can be quite strong if done correctly. It's going to be a
Drone ready.
matter of working against
We are now
the
protected.
6th defender, the
We are
timer.
protected.
Although with very
Evil eye
little
deployed.
extra defense being devoted to this position, WSU is more than happy to let the attack waste their time, drone this out.
Close deployed.
Montana State slowly working their way down. Looks like they've identified that there's very little defensive power left, but they're very quickly going to have
These
to
will
get
protect us.
up
Magnet
against
ready.
this turtle
Tossing EMP grenade.
of a defense.
Thermal bridge set.
Habana looking to burn some pellets out already, but with a few shots being shot
Device is going
out,
dark.
it looks like the Maestro camera is the one causing the issues. Sitting up in Logi, this is a very cheeky spot to put a camera. Very well thought out by WSU. I noticed the destruction, but I had not noticed that there was a camera placed out. But Brochill is going to claim the first. A few Habana pellets did go off, so there is a open hole. But with Atomic being claimed by that, this Kaid clause is going to remain intact for a while. Shots ringing out, potentially claiming Brochill, but he's more than content to simply move.
Drone ready.
A little bit of a shift of attack coming through as we see the attackers pick a different option. Lots of damage being done to Bad though.
15 seconds
Looks
left.
like the element of surprise is lost. Flashbang's gonna go out.
10
Candela's
seconds
going
left.
out as well. This is going to be a flurry
bomb
of
diffuser
kills.
has been
And in
dropped.
fact it is, but it's all coming out red. WSU are going to continue their streak on basement. That'll bring us to an even round count of 4v4. WSU is looking to pull ahead here, trying to win back-to-back maps. Fainted on the
Attackers
Amaru
need to
again.
locate and defuse as many bombs as they
An
can.
operator we saw brought, but the gadget not touched on, able to rappel up hatches and also grapple very quickly to different areas of the map. Anything that you could hang a rappel point on, you will also see Amaru be able to zip to Any windows other than these castle barricaded ones
You
are
can stop
going
worrying about
to
grenades
be
now.
able to be
10
simply
seconds
zipped
left
in
before
and
insertion.
flown through. And then,
5 seconds
surprise, there's an operator
Get ready to
in
execute.
the room.
left. Attackers must locate and defuse
Although
the bomb.
after all of that speculation
I'm reloading!
as to what is going to occur, we're in fact not going to see the Amaro brought attacker repick into an ace, opting for that extra hard reach as opposed to that surprise factor. That hard reach being put to use
Reload.
very early as we see CC wall already opened up. WSU holding this position just as fervently as we saw MSU. Warden, glasses on, able to
Attackers
see
have
through
located a
smokes
bomb.
and immune to flashbangs, but a Finka boost is going to give the attackers a little bit extra health as this rip. That flashbang goes out, that signals the start of the charge. Frags and flashes galore, lots of damage being done. Do they know the player's here? Finka turns around and gets the kill, but it fainted with the trade. Gets it back. Little bit of a missed shot on to Brochill, but with no damage being done, this is still a fair fight here. The scope blocks his line of sight as Honeydew steps across. Honeydew now with a double, very effectively cutting apart most of the pressure on this side of the map. Atomic up above with a few different options on where to aggress to. But with the cameras spotting the person on Jacuzzi, it is going to be a very large effort to make it in, get these kills, and aggress in. Some pre-firing being done, but no damage being taken. And Panda will claim Atomic, so it is entirely left to bad.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Rochill, very aggressive, but not being spotted while doing it, will get the kill as Bad tries to make the rotate. WSU now pulling again into the lead. Making a rotation to cache CC now.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
If they win this round, it will step them up to match point. Something they managed to hold on to for a while on Chalet and then convert into an overtime round win. WSU, very obviously in the spirit of competition, wants to keep that to as even
10 seconds to
low
insertion.
of a round count as possible. No need to push it
5
to
seconds
overtime
to go.
to give
Watch
MSU extra chances to win.
Attackers must locate
MSU
and defuse the
obviously
bomb.
trying to punish any mistakes that WSU will make
In the end, electroclaw is
to
on.
You
ensure
must successfully deploy.
that they keep
Keep it
a
deployed.
stake in
We
this
have some
game.
time. Keep us
Zombie being brought out
Deploy
again,
area.
Yeah, he's on!
continuing with that
Disabling
quote,
electronics.
specialty of filling the gaps.
Bomb has been located.
Coming right up.
EMP's hard breach comes out 30 seconds into the round. CC open. This is looking to be on the tempo that MSU wants, but a little bit of a slowdown now. They've got the wall open. They know where they're trying to go. Now, how do we deal with these problem players? We have a player on red, a player in the garage. The checklist needs to start getting checked. Players starting to get into the map though.
Reloading!
Lots of intel being used to ensure that this next step
Time to
is
get through
done
that.
safely.
barrier
The
is
hammer and
activated.
anvil are starting to form, but a drone coming out is going to cause some problems. Nova takes a little bit of damage for it, and a shot through the rafters. This is a game of pixels here, folks. Fire charge now starting to work his way up in. Starts to put the air jabs in and around. A little bit of a pre-fire, but doesn't meet the man.
Clutch prime.
WSU correctly reading that a lot of the manpower is coming from the other side. We only got one player left out on rappel. Looks like they want to try to breach this cache wall and stick the plant in here. Something that can be pretty risky to try and do, but offers a pretty hefty boon if they're able to broach it. That will claim fainted down below. That's the ability to get the kills from beneath still in the hands of Washington State. Capital boat will displace the Kaid, and some coverage from the Nomad will make sure that that does not go anywhere else. But Warden, able to see through the smoke, watch the cross, watch the player. The smoke actually working against Montana State now. There's lots of shots being through. Fire charge with it all left to do. 4 seconds left to do it. Does he know there's another player? Here's the nitro cell. Doesn't know where these last couple of players are. And steps into a Fenrir trap as the time runs out. WSU managing to use that clock to their advantage brings them to match point now. Montana State now having to win 2 rounds back to back.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
To be able to take this game further. WSU wanting to close out just a single round.
New feed up and running.
Swapping mags.
Return down to basement. I think we'll see Maestro begin a similar setup to last time.
Activating camera.
Ten
Very
seconds left
creative
before
on the side
insertion.
of WSU to think that through. It's one of the
5
things
seconds
that
remaining.
most of the people who play Siege love about Siege is that there's
Attackers'
no
objective
game
is to
quite
locate a
like
bomb and
Siege.
defuse it.
Fun little strategies in which you see a floor being blown out, a camera put up, and using that to deny a hard breach on a different floor is not a common occurrence in a lot of games. But the Buck punishes slow setup. They now this Maestro camera, its lasers rendered useless. They're going to simply go punch this out, break the vision of it. It is now effectively only able to offer sound cues. Top floor control given over to the side of Montana State. They're moving much quicker than last round. Trying to get in and not stall near as much. With a man advantage, it offers a lot more flexibility to make these plays that we want.
My air jump is deployed.
Pocket EMPs going out. They're going to miss the Kaid Claw. Not entirely sure as to where the location is. It is now up to Montana State to offer a different form of removal,
Bomb located by
where
attackers.
that hatch will stay closed. Martin letting people know where he is with the TCSG. The rattling of that shotgun will let them know that there's a player in this oil pit, but it's not going to make it easy. And Veteran Panda is going to claim a player back, making it a little bit of a tighter game. Martin not quite giving up this position. He's got some room to work. And they know that this player is here, but Martin will take the shot. Atomic loses the fight up. Martin not entirely safe from the position. Fire charge though,
My
getting into a
magnets will
scrap
protect
on the
us.
other side of the map.
Magnet
Is
activated.
Bravo and Fire looking to hold this game alive.
Attackers recovered the bomb
A
diffuser.
little bit separated from each other, picking up Kit, moving across the map. Bravo wants to rendezvous with his teammate, offer the power of trading, but with a large number of crossfires happening here. It's Valkyrie holding just slightly far, but a nitro cell being ripped. Honeydew with a double kill to end the game. GG's rolling in chat. A very well played game from both teams. WSU taking a little bit of the edge. Rochill having a much more aggressive game than last time, but very well played across the entire team. Thank you for joining me on this stream. Sorry for the technical issues in the beginning, but well played from both teams, as Montana State will continue to play in the CR6 tournament in the coming weeks. I've been Naragog, your caster. Thank you for joining me, and have a good night.